Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs, fleas and ticks, welcome to a new YouTube video on Team Squatchin' USA. It is Tuesday, May 18th, 2021 at 2:22 p.m. in the afternoon. I have a no-show, so I thought I'd take us all on a quick stroll down memory lane and watch a blast from the past. This is a video of an interview that Stephen Fry, the British actor and comedian, shot with me in Southern Oregon at the Southern Oregon habituation area, but actually during this time around 2008 or so, 13 years ago, it was a Southern Oregon research area. This was while I was still an old schooler. And so you're going to hear me talk like an old schooler. You're also going to see me looking a little less gray and a little younger and a little lighter. So kick on back and enjoy this couple-minute video.
And it is in this vast hinterland of Oregon that a creature even more endangered than the spotted owl is reputed to live. Well, according to Matt Johnson.
We want to prove the existence of the animal officially, and therefore get it listed on the endangered species list and protect its habitat.
Right. Tell me how you know that he does exist.
Well, my family and I, we went through the Oregon caves, and then we decided to hike the Big Tree Loop Trail. So we were about a mile up the mountain around 5 p.m. or so, and we started smelling something coming downwind down the hill, and then we hear this noise as we walk. Very deep bass, guttural mammal, and much louder and more bass than I can do right now, but it went whoa, 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 whoa. And we're like, we stop, it stops. And we're looking at each other like, what is that? We walk again, whoa, whoa, whoa. We keep going. We eventually get to a point where Mother Nature is knocking on my door. So I have to, I have to hike up the hill through the brush, probably about a good 60, 80 feet away from my family, and I'm behind some brush and trees doing my thing. Then all of a sudden, out of the left corner of my eye, I saw something move, and I turned my head, and I looked down, and that's when I saw Bigfoot walk off the pages of myth and legend into reality. You know, I had some people afterwards say, well, why didn't you stop and take pictures? And it's like, I have my family there, and I'm not going to stop and take pictures and risk losing my family.
So you're talking about a hairy primate?
We're talking about a very tall hairy primate that walked upright like a human being. After we got off the mountain, we made a report to the park headquarters. And he said, you need to know that the park has a policy where we will not publicly acknowledge the presence of a Sasquatch.
What is it that they're trying to hide, do you think?
All I'm going to say, and it's just a guess, is that you saw what happened over 30 years ago when they declared the spotted owl an endangered species. Yeah. It locked up a whole lot of timberland, shut down a whole lot of logging companies and towns, and the state of Oregon is still recovering from that 40 years later, economically. Now, can you imagine what would happen if you identified a 7 to 9 foot primate species living in these mountains? How much land that would lock up? What kind of economic devastation that would create for the entire Pacific Northwest, Northern California?
Personally, I think its existence is about as likely as me playing in a cup final. But Matt is certainly convinced, and if more of this extraordinary ancient woodland could be preserved, so much the better.